Tonight, area families and civil rights activists from across the nation are disputing the resolutions passed by the Lubbock-Cooper and Slaton school districts condemning racism.
KCBD News Channel 11's Brittany Michelson was at several meetings today where they called the district's responses too little, too late. Brittany?
Well, Karen and Abner, these parents and activists say along with coming months after the initial claims of racism within the districts, these resolutions were passed to save face, one calling them rhetorical flourishes on cheap paper. While parents told me they're glad the districts are acknowledging there is a problem, there's still much to be done.
We don't believe anything that they're saying because they're not acting on what they're promising.
Parents, lawyers, and members of the Lubbock NAACP addressed the recent resolutions from the Lubbock-Cooper and Slaton school districts.
You did these resolutions because you knew we were coming. That was too little, too late. That should have been done months and Sundays ago when this issue was brought to your attention.
Hours earlier, parents, lawmakers, pastors, and social activists addressed them just down the road. Some from across Texas, one from across the nation, calling for litigation, legislation, and agitation.
There's nothing wrong with requiring every school district in Texas to adopt anti-bullying procedures and policies district-wide.
Lubbock-Cooper mother Tracy Kemp says the district blatantly lied in its resolution and says she and other parents have yet to hear from administrators.
They said there was no complaints of discrimination this school year, and when I followed up with Keith Bryant, off this to the side, he said that no complaints came before the board. However, complaints have come against schools in that district, so that's the same thing.
Lawyer David Henderson worked on the federal complaint filed to the Department of Education's Office for Civil Rights on behalf of students and families in the districts. He says if you take federal money, you have to follow federal guidelines, including the prohibition of discrimination based on race.
Once they get started, I expect what they're going to do is take our 30+ pages of complaints, look through everything that we've alleged, and start asking questions. That process will take a long time because there's a lot for them to look into.
A few at the meetings criticized Slaton for canceling school today and tomorrow.
This isn't a protest, this is a cry for help. This is a cry for change. You know, we aren't promoting violence. We are asking simply for accountability.
Several of the families are creating a new group, Parents Against Racism, to be a support for families who've dealt with discrimination and link them to resources.
Or if you just need somebody to vent to, because sometimes it's extremely frustrating. There's been lots of nights where I've cried and been frustrated and cursed and all of that, and I know how it is, so we just want to extend that out to the community.
After the meetings this afternoon, several of those same folks spoke at the Slaton ISD board meeting, including a student who shared her own experience getting bullied. Some parents called for Superintendent Jim Andrus to resign, accusing him of lying about the timeline of reported cases of harassment. They asked the board to include parents in any further discussions about race-based bullying. Karen and Abner.
Thank you, Brittany.